Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining our Chan class for the U.S. timetable. Hello, look at that, from Wake Mountain Temple. There's some dolls down there. Okay. All right. What shall we talk about today? How about peace of mind? No, not interested? Okay. Peace of mind is something very desirable nowadays because of the turmoil that's happening in the world right now. Okay, so that's why I thought of how can we have peace of mind in spite of all the commotion, all the noises, all the suffering and happiness that surround us. Which makes it very difficult to be at peace within ourselves. Okay. You know, this is when times are hard, when you're struggling so much, as when Chan is most useful to you. When children make a lot of noises and they misbehave, they're one P. What's one P translate into English? Naughty. And this is when we have to rise above children and behave like adults. Hello. So what is this peace of mind? Okay. How have you achieved peace of mind with your Chan practice so far? Would you like to share your personal experience with us? The one thing that is valid for most of us who practice Chan is that when you have some Chan skills, you meditate, you naturally become more peaceful. Yes? So that when someone coughs like crazy when you're meditating, it doesn't bother you at all. Did it? See what I mean? What's this peace of mind? How can we achieve peace of mind? Why can't we have peace of mind? Yes, for?
Two of the reasons that caused my lack of peace of mind before is too much thinking and the dual view of the world, like black and white. And with Chan practitioner, after I reduced amount of thinking in my mind, and I start to see the world less black and white, more just accept the way it is. Wherever they are, it's okay. It's not like either this or that. I feel I'm more accepting, less resistance, and more peace of mind.
Okay. I've been reading about younger people like you, and what's interesting about younger people nowadays, like Gen Z or so forth, they are seeking peace of mind. Is that true? You young people? Yeah? You are, to many of them, they really prioritize peace of mind. Why is that? It's maybe because they're aware that there's a lack of peace of mind in a daily life. And in prior generations, we accepted it and we ignored it. But the new generation, there's a lot of hope for them because they're aware of this 24-hour problem here, the lack of peace of mind. And if we ignore it, you simply are living in turmoil. You're living in constant mental suffering. Yes or no? And prior generations, we didn't have the luxury like you, younger generation, to worry about peace of mind. We have to make ends meet. Yeah, we have to fight wars. Yes, you are safe, and you're looking at inheriting a lot of money from your parents. Okay, or you are pampered, and there's this day and age. The parents are very protective of you, and they want to provide for you, and so you are taken care of, and you're not lacking a lot of things. But so that basic need here for us, for human beings, being peace of mind, becomes more obvious to you. My generation, I grew up in the Vietnam War, so it's a matter of survival. It's a life and death. After life and death, it's life and death. You know what form it took in my times. In Vietnam, my times, we would ride a Honda Dharma. I don't know if you remember that, have you? You're too young for that. Okay. They're still selling a lot of those in Asia nowadays. Yeah, Honda Dam. Okay, and it's a 49cc scooter with big wheels, and it means Honda for women. Okay, it's what men use to ride. You young people probably don't know about it. Okay, but more men ride those things than women, but they still call it Honda Dam. Okay, it's a Honda for women, for madams. Okay, and so the form of things we need to do every day is that every single day in the newspapers, there's a report of a rider of these Honda scooters who is crushed by a bus every single day, more or less. I tend to exaggerate a little. Okay, so the point being that life was so dangerous. The basic things like you're riding a bike to school, to work, to go buy things, okay? You run the risk of being crushed by a bus, okay? So life to us was so fraught with perils. It's so dangerous to live. And many of us get enlisted, and then we get shot at, and we lose our lives at a very young age. So my era is there's a physical safety where it's not safe, okay? So you're too busy worrying about surviving and not getting enlisted, because you get enlisted, you're going to die. Chances of that, you're going to die, okay? So life is so perilous that you don't worry about the peace of mind thing there. It's too much of a luxury, And after that, what happened to Nacho? Huh? Is he translating? He's translating. Okay. And after your physical safety, you know what's next? It's rejection by woman. So we found no peace of mind at all. Whereas now, you young people, you are so blessed. You're protected, you're safe. There's no war here in our country. Okay, and so now you have these needs, glaring needs for you. Is that I have everything now. So what's lacking in my life is peace of mind. Okay, it's interesting. The point being that it's so fundamental to our well-being. If you cannot find peace of mind, then it's very difficult for you to be happy. You're suffering mentally. You see that? And so that's why I'm impressed with young people. They have a lot of potential in that if they're aware of this need here, then there is a hope for them to find happiness in life. For us, in my generation and subsequent generation, is survival and trying to make ends meet and make a living and provide for a family. That comes first. You know, there's a sense of responsibility here. Okay, and so how do you find this peace of mind? Peace of mind is that first comes with your physical well-being. You need to be safe. You need to have a sense of safety. And you need to have a certain level of health. No? Because if you're not healthy, your body is constantly whining. I don't feel good. Something is wrong. Okay? And so that's why you have to be aware of that, and you should start with taking care of the physical health, meaning exercise, proper diet, and so forth, so that the body complains less, whines less. Does it make sense? Okay, so that's why your diet matters. The exercise matters. You cannot afford to ignore it if you want peace of mind. Okay, for us, a lot of our people, they come to us and they're not well. They're older. They're not well physically. So we give them time to heal, because with Chan practice, your body becomes healthier. All of us. The model behind it is that when you meditate, your chi flows a lot stronger throughout your body. Okay. And the chi, when it flows more strongly around your body, throughout your body, then it has a chance to unblock a lot of chi blockages. That's where the spots where your body is getting sick, is dying quicker than the rest. Okay? So that's why meditation, that's why we let our new Sanghas, older Sanghas who tend to have abused the body, ignore the physical health, never really exercise much, and ignore the diets. Okay, so give them a chance to improve on their diet. With improved diet and more meditation, invariably their bodies got healthier. So my point to you is that it starts first. This meditation here that you're practicing is very good for your health, improves your health. Okay, it's fundamental. Without physical health, you're not going to be able to do much, let alone having peace of mind. Okay, but that's so fundamental there. Okay, it's so important. Avoid coffee. Okay, it's very bad for you. Eat and exercise properly, because if not, your family will end up paying the price for you not being healthy. Okay, it's very fundamental. All right, and so that begins with that, and then. So the next thing is that when you practice Chan, you are learning to become more resilient to external noises, outside noises. Yeah? So that, as I said, when someone coughs or meditated, okay, then it wouldn't bother you as much. Okay, So the reason that we lack peace of mind is because we are affected by external physical conditions, noises in particular. Yes? Okay. And so, excuse me. So part of your practice, your spiritual practice, your mental practices have to make you less immune to external noises. When I first started teaching meditation, I used to do like this, and people would jump. They say, Master is talking like certain, and he would hit the table, and especially men and women alike would be jumpy. Okay, that is to prove to them. But now you don't jump anymore. You see, either you have hearing issues, or you have some Chan skills. Okay, and so naturally we jump. We are jumpy because there is a fear. Okay, inside of us is a fear. So I used to do that to demonstrate to people that they lack peace of mind. Okay, now I don't do it anymore because, as I just demonstrated to you, it doesn't work anymore. You have some Chan skill that you develop very, very quickly. That's impressive. Okay, before I had to do a lot of selling and convincing for feel. I don't know if Vicky and Sarah remember those episodes where I would, scream and yell and beat up on tables and throw tantrums, things like that. Okay, and people would, say, "Oh, what happened to Master?"
Yeah.
Why is he so violent?
Wondered about you. Yeah, we wondered about you.
Yeah,
What
you were
happened
wondering
to you?
about Master. Is that what you said?
We were scared.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
were stricter.
Precisely.
You were very
The
strict.
sudden noise is naturally makes us frightened. They frighten us. Okay, and so that is proof to you that we have this inner fear that surface when from external noises, and when you meditate. Okay, when you are learning meditation, and we taught you the hard way by making you endure the discomfort in your legs. Okay, when your legs are hurting so much and your head is so hot. Okay, actually not as red as my face right now. Okay, you see how red my face is? That's from anger. Never mind. And so when you are training, undergoing the training there, and you're struggling with the physical discomfort in your legs, okay, at those moments, you're a lot less receptive or reacting to the external noises. Okay, so right there, inherently in that process, you naturally become more resistant to external noises. Your mind is less jumpy. Okay, that's why you can achieve peace of mind. Hello. Yeah. And then we accentuate that we allow children to play with their toys. Okay, so we allow children to run around screaming and yelling and crying and so forth. Okay, and that's part. Now I tell you, that's part of the Chan training. Okay, that it was very difficult for the early practitioners because we have children just outside Buddha Hall at Lu Mountain Temple, screaming and yelling and fighting and crying, saying "Mom, Mom," and so forth. As part of the Chan training, this is contrary to the traditional style of Chan training, meditation training at temples, at places. Okay, because this is why your skills develop a lot faster. Our people's skills develop a lot faster because it's much more demanding on you mentally. Okay? Yeah. And so when you struggle with your posture, with your meditation, okay, that's when you're increasing your resilience. You're making yourself more resilient to external stimuli. Okay? And that also increases your peace of mind. All right? And what else? How can you also increase your peace of mind? Now we're moving on to the area where it's not necessarily external, but internal. What's internal? In your head. Yes, 4.
The opposite of peace of mind is affliction, and affliction, Master said, is caused by attachment. Chan practice help us reduce attachment to many things, and those things does not afflict us as much.
Yes, we lack peace of mind because we have internal afflictions that arise. Yeah? We're unhappy. Ordinary people, most people accept it as, I'm unhappy about this. Okay? And that's all they can do. They're basically what I call victims of their own afflictions. They accept it as a way of life. I've lived my life like that until I encounter Chan training, because that's all you know. Okay, that's how you live your life. Ask the older people, the 2 ladies back there. Okay, this is how the 3 ladies back there. This is how you live your life. Okay, this is what life is about. Okay, you accept it because I never learned that you could do something about it. If you're unhappy, if you're afflicted, okay, there's a way for you to reduce your afflictions. Okay, and so that's where the Chan also helps as well. Chan training reduces your affliction, therefore you have more peace of mind. Okay, and it's measurable. This peace of mind here is measurable by your level of samadhi. In the Chan world, in meditation world, more so in Mahayana Chan, like our style of Chan training versus Hinayana. In Mahayana, we are stressed more, we help you more, give you a lot more information in terms of levels. Okay? Meaning that your level concentration. Remember when you're at work and you have to focus on your work, sometimes you cannot hear that someone knocks on the door or someone talks to you. Common, right? It happened to all of us. You're able to concentrate, okay? Or when you're working on you looking at your phone there, and sometimes you cannot hear the telephone ring or your boyfriend talk to you, okay? And that's commonplace. That's because when you focus, when you concentrate, you're able to not be disrupted by outside noises. Okay, and so it's about. That's why the more you're able to concentrate, the higher level of concentration, the more noises you'll be able to filter externally and internally. Okay? So, in other words, when you're afflicted, when you're unhappy, the boys are too noisy, and you can't concentrate, okay? And all you have to do is concentrate, and your affliction goes away, and the noise from the children don't bother you anymore. Hey boys, calm down. Just kidding. Okay, let me repeat the point for you. This is why we try to encourage all of you to believe in the importance of improving your meditation skills, because that's how you have more control over your life and your afflictions. The higher your level of concentration, the fewer affliction you have, and the more peace of mind you get. Okay? And finally, I can go on and on because I could write a paper on this. Okay, but I let you write papers. Okay, my interest is not scholarly. My interest is to help you get there, and you do whatever you want to do with it, make money of it, or whatever you want to do. It's and that suits your interest. My interest is to share the Buddhist technology to help improve your quality of life. That's all. Okay, and finally. What is the final thing about the peace of life, peace of mind that's very important? That is something that predominantly most ordinary people do not know. Okay. That is, you don't have peace of mind because you are not true to yourself. You compromise. You have to yield to your boyfriend, to your husband. No? Not true? And when you compromise your value systems, it bothers you. And it gnaws at you until you reach the age of the ladies behind you. Okay? Then all those years of resentment, okay, finally explode in the form of resentment. I spent my entire life Kowtowing to you, and for what? That's what awaits you, young people. That's what happened to me. Kowtow to my wife. Yes, one.
Master, is there such a thing as grasping too strongly to our value system?
Grasping too strong to what?
To our values and value system, like being greedy for what we believe in.
Okay, let's talk about it. Okay, be careful when we talk about compromising yourself. It begs for more details. Okay, let me explain to you. This has come from the Buddhist wisdom. It's not just my opinion. Okay, it's my opinion, but 90% Buddhist wisdom is that your Buddha nature is what? What is the nature of your Buddha nature? It doesn't sound right. The nature of Buddha nature. What is your Buddha nature like? What is it like? Huh? I was about to go into Song of Enlightenment, but forget about it. This is more interesting. Okay, what is your what are you really like deep down? When you were born, do you remember when you were born? How you were like compared to now? I know, so sad. Okay, let me rephrase it for you. This is too depressing. Okay. When you're born, okay, when you look at children, okay, not these children, the majority of children, when you're younger, they're too old now. When we're born, the children are also what we call like cute, innocent, yeah? Okay, because what? They can't speak, right? Thank God for that. Now they talk too much and whine. Okay, the children, in a way, are very cute and we adore, so adorable, is because they don't know how to lie yet. Agree, disagree? Now we're so good at lying. We go for an ask, where were you? What? Buying groceries for you? Looking for flowers for you? That's the first reaction. Okay, and so what happened is that as when we were younger, these smaller children are very, very true to themselves. They scream, they yell, they want to eat, they want to have fun. You know, it's not a whole lot of mental processing, making excuses internally. They're just true to themselves. But also, when you're born, most children are born and their nature is good. Okay? Evil only comes later. You know that? I have no proof. It's my belief that we're all born, our Buddha nature is goodness, is about goodness. And then as the environment affects us, we begin to react to it. And that's when we choose more to go towards, to responding to the environment and become evil and become bad, become naughty and become, unbearable and those things. So my point being that it doesn't matter, this is not a scientific thing. I just want you to understand that your true self, okay, the real you is pure goodness. There's so much goodness in your heart that gets buried over the years. And this is why I maintain that younger children are so adorable, because in spite of their throwing tantrums and so forth, the bottom line, the baseline of their nature is they're good in there. And that's what appeals to us. We sort of like nostalgic, and we sort of tell ourselves that we used to be that way too, and that's why you like them. Okay? Yes or no? In a way, yeah. And that's just my theory. Yeah? I can't prove it. So we look at children, we find them so adorable because that's what appeals to us, the goodness. Okay? The yang nature, the good nature of theirs. And that's why they're so cute, they're so adorable. And my point being that as we grow older and older, we had to accommodate our circumstances and compromise our values, and therefore we find it very hard. There's this internal struggle inside of us. Okay, so going back to the original question, your value, your true nature is that of goodness. And this is why it's very important for you as parents to reinforce it in your children, the way it was not done for you. My generation, as I said, it's about survival. We spend most of our energy on survival, okay? And for you, when you have children, please pay attention to that. Reinforce and reward the good behavior and discourage the bad behaviors. That's your jobs. I feel that one of the most important responsibilities you have is to enforce that, to reinforce that. In your children, in your nieces and nephews and so forth. You know, even at one time that you teach them, they appreciate it, they remember. You know? Okay, so we prefer goodness. And so when we have to compromise that, there's internal conflict. And that's why we lack peace of mind. Did I answer your question? Is it excessive beliefs in your value systems?
So I was thinking along the lines of whether, for example, like if you know I'm being vegetarian and someone in the household is not vegetarian, then sometimes it bothers me, but I know it shouldn't. But things like that.
It bothers you because she's not vegetarian, or because you cannot eat meat?
No, because I mean, I don't want to eat meat, but I guess there is a bit of, I guess, feeling of conflict that, like, you know, we're sharing the same cooking pan, that she's cooking meat with some of the cookware.
Yeah. Have you talked to her?
Yeah, but sometimes I'm okay with it. I just wash it, so it's not a big deal.
Uh-huh.
But I just noticed that sometimes there's internal conflict arising.
Yeah, that's what happened to me too personally. Actually, I used to be very afflicted about it. I learned to be vegetarian, and I found out I love corn. I used to like corn. Don't give me any corn, please. People overreact to these things. I'll say a lot of things I don't mean. Okay, meaning I lie a lot, just to speak Dharma. So I enjoy corn, And I found out that most of the corn we eat are actually bread. They went to genetic engineering to make them more resistant to drought and to the bugs. Most of the corn you have right now are not clean. Okay? And you used to be so afflicted about it. Soybean, for example, okay, are most of them the ones you buy from what is it? Organic. Thank you very much. Somehow that slipped my mind. That's not organic, and they tend to have genetic engineering as well. Okay, so in practice, unfortunately, practically speaking, most of the things we think is vegetarian actually have gone through genetic engineering already. So it's not pure vegetarian anymore. I used to be so afflicted. I said, what am I going to do with my life? I became a monk to be vegetarian, and now I end up eating primarily animal cells for my own survival. What is this world becoming? Okay? And it's so expensive too. You realize a Impossible Burger meat patty is a lot more expensive than regular ground beef. And it has so much MSG. Okay? And so in that particular example, eventually you have to let go. Okay? Vegetarian is not simply physical. Vegetarian is also mental. I'm resigned to being mental than physical. How depressing, that's another issue. Okay. I'm depressed about it. The point being that the meaning of vegetarian is the desire, the belief not to inflict pain upon living beings the best way we can. Okay, so that's why we are vegetarian. But it's not always possible. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, this is your particular case. Okay, number two is that this is part of your Chan training as well. Okay, when he's afflicted like that, okay, all that matters, folks, is get rid of it. There's no reason for you to be afflicted. If you're afflicted, then you are lacking clarity in your mind, in your head, and therefore your decisions will be wrong for you. You're only hurting yourself. Okay? In other words, if you trace it back, then you see that the reason you're making all these mistakes because your head is not clear is because we taught you to be vegetarian, and then you cannot be vegetarian, therefore you get afflicted. Therefore, whose fault is it? Buddhism. Your teacher, Master YongHua. Okay? And therefore, it's not the original purpose of the Buddhist teaching. Buddha never intended for us to become afflicted because we cannot eat vegetarian. You agree with that, huh, folks? It's not that inflexible. It's about your mind. Being vegetarian is primarily the desire not to inflict pain or suffering on other living beings. That's all. So we try to do that, and after I realized that, I was no longer afflicted. Okay, not just that, but for us, it's also not eating onion and garlic and all that stuff. The 5 Panchen plant, it's everywhere. Okay, you go to you eat French food, it's always garlic. Italian, huh? You like pizza? Hey boys, you like pizza? It's garlic. What are you going to do? And you're going to be vegetarian and Buddhist vegetarian. You say, well, I hate this. People are enjoying the pizza, but I cannot. You inflicted a lot of suffering to yourself. Okay? On top of it, finally, the third point I'm trying to make to you is that the reason why you want to, when you're afflicted like that, is your fault. To understand your fault is that because if you're afflicted like that, you're making her unhappy. And you know what happens when a girlfriend's unhappy? The whole household is unhappy. When are you going to learn? Okay, it doesn't matter. Make woman happy. Hear that, Chung? Chung doesn't get it, still doesn't get it. Woman has to be happy. Number one rule. Number one purpose in life is make woman happy. Okay? Grow up. Okay. Yeah. This is our reality. You have to make woman happy. Not true? YouTube question.
Good morning, Master. This is a personal question. I'm wondering, one of the biggest accomplishments we could make as a population of religious people is to totally discourage the consumption of red meat.
Lower, yeah. Lower your arm a little. Lower your arm a little, that's all. There you go. Okay, don't go like this. Okay, don't go like this, like a singer. No, relax. Lower your arm.
Very good.
Relax your arm. There you go, relax, okay?
If we could totally, worldly condemn the growth and the prosper of the meat industry, we would accomplish so much. We would save the environment, we'd save animals, we would get people thinking on how to take care of each other and not exploit animals. You know, other religions have their own, how they prosper the growth of their belief in the foods to eat. Catholics used to always preach, you got to eat fish on Friday. You've got halal meat in the Muslim world. You've got kosher meat for Jewish people. There certainly must be more Buddhists in the world than there are Jews. I don't know if that's true or not, but it seems like we would have a huge block of people that could say, hey, I don't eat red meat, and this is why we think you shouldn't, too.
So what's the point?
The point is to promote the world banning of growing beef that's ruining our environment, and then people eating the red meat.
Okay, but it sounds like you're passing judgment on them. This is how people like to live. You have to respect that, Brady. Don't pass judgment on others. There's no need for that.
It's bigger than that, though, Master. It's destroying the environment because we eat McDonald's beef.
Yeah.
And I used to like fast food when they would offer pea protein Beyond Beef burgers. I would eat those, but they stopped eating those. So what's happening in Brazil is they're slash and burning all of the property
Amazon
they
forest.
can to grow as much meat
Yes.
for McDonald's. So we're just ruining the environment.
Yeah. But we're feeding a lot of people. You know, the reason that the people in the lesser developed countries, okay, they are destroying their forests and the environment is because of survival. You know, they need to cut down the trees so that they can heat their homes and cook their food. they don't have the same luxury as we. You know, a cord of wood out there costs how much nowadays? You know, a small bundle of wood costs, I saw it at the grocery store, is like $6-7. Depends on where you go. Whole Food is $8. Okay? And we can afford to do that. There's stacks of them here. Okay? We can afford to do that. But in poor countries, it's about survival without heat that they can burn from these trees, from the charcoals from the trees. They're going to die. Their children's going to die. You have to balance the need for survival of people versus, yes, I agree with you. I drive down Freeway 5 now. The most horrific thing I saw recently is that they opened a third cattle farm near the intersection of 5 and 152. Before it's only two. One near Harris Ranch. That's why I don't go to Harris Ranch anymore, except for the restroom. Okay? Because you go there and you can smell it. And the other one is around Old River Road or whatever, a little bit closer to Grapevine. Okay, half an hour from Grapevine. So you see, there used to be only two major cattle farms. You drive by and be prepared to, okay, and you forget to enclose your vents, your car's gonna stink. But now it's the third one that's near 152. I was horrified. Okay. Yes, there are excesses there, and it's very damaging, okay, to the environment and hurtful to people as well. But the only excuse is called common retribution. We live in society, therefore we attain a lot of benefits from society, such as safety, such as culture, such as water, and so forth. Okay. At the same time, there's a price to pay as well, because it's not up to us to decide what's best for the entire country, for the entire world. Go ahead, Brady.
Well, Master, I just want to say two things. One is somehow, some way, we should get Elon Musk forced into making solar panels for the rest of the poor world. And if we don't do that, you people that are 25, 30 years old today, I hope it's not true, but I think by the time you're my age, you'll be buying fresh oxygen to breathe.
Okay, we should mark his words for that. And if it's not true, we can complain to Brady. By then, you're dead already. I agree. I'm not saying we shouldn't neglect it, ignore it. I think we should do something about it. But the reality is that this is called the capitalism. We should strive and to chase after what we believe in. And that's a very healthy thing. Okay? And it's also, in Buddhism, the Buddha predicted already, we are in the Dharma ending age, where there's a lot of destruction everywhere, not just the environment alone. Everything is being destroyed, including Buddhism. Okay? And that's the turbidity of the times. Okay? Try your best. That's all we have. Okay? In general, if people are not very wholesome, then that's create pockets of wholesomeness, like our communities. That's the point I'm trying to make today, is that your peace of mind, ultimately, at the lowest level, at the deepest level, is that the fact that you are not internally unhappy with yourself. You're not judging yourself. Because when you do something bad, something unwholesome, you dislike it. You disapprove of yourself. That's why you will not have peace of mind. And that's not taught. It's not communicated to all of you. Okay? If you compromise the goodness in your heart, okay, you will disapprove of yourself and you will not find peace of mind. Keep that in mind. Okay? There's a price to pay when you compromise your values. Okay? And it's bound to happen. When it happens, you have to learn to use meditation to calm yourself down and reduce the number of incidences where you compromise yourself. That's all. That's all you can do. That's called karmic retribution. All right? And by the way, finally, okay, when you are finding yourself lacking peace in your mind, you still can go back to your Chan skills and disconnect from that and insulate yourself from that gnawing feeling, that inner suffering of self-disapproval. Okay? 2 questions and we have to go. You too.
Thank you, Master. There's a comment here by T.S. Geppetto. I get the compassionate aspect of not eating meat, but aren't there most vegetarians replacing the meat with a lot of sugar and the substitutes? I think that's what he means to say. And then perhaps there are a lot of vegetarians who are becoming diabetic.
Come again?
He says that aren't most vegetarians replacing the meat with buckets of sugar? And then, as a result, becoming diabetic and other sorts of sugar-related illnesses.
Yeah, the meat substitute, like to me, Impossible Burger patties and Beyond Meat patties are full of MSG and a lot of unwholesome chemicals in the pursuit of replicating the flavor of meat. And that's not wholesome at all. To me, personally, I feel I'd rather eat meat than eat Impossible Burgers because it's cheaper and it tastes better. That's when if you're gonna seek that, you want burger flavor, buy a burger. It's okay. Okay, it's no big deal. Brady will disapprove of you. Brady say you're ruining the environment. We say, okay, Brady. We don't have data to prove to you Impossible Burgers are not good for the environment either. Okay, it's okay. Relax, guys. Okay, Brady. The point again, the same message I'm sending you, Brady, is the same to Ray Zhuang here. Okay, don't get afflicted. Okay, embrace people. Embrace the woman instead of fighting her, please. And you're gonna go to Philippines very soon. Be careful. Embrace them. Okay. Make women happy. Yes, for.
I just have a very quick comment on Brady's question.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of miseries.
A good comment coming from you?
I don't know good or not. I just have a neutral comment. There are a lot of misery, suffering, ignorance happening in this whole world. And I think Buddhism is a religion, is helping doing something no one else can do, which is changing the fundamental of people's mind, bringing up the goodness, enlightened mind. That's the root cause of all the suffering happening in the world. And if we do this job right, and our disciples will naturally go on to take commission of changing the things that they deem as suffering and helping. But I just don't necessarily think that's, as a religion, this is our primary mission. But we are addressing really the root cause of it.
Yeah, in a very humble way. You see, we're not trying to impose our beliefs on others. It's so fundamental of us to respect everyone else, even though they disagree with us. Even though when they're wrong, we still respect them. Okay? And the best way to show respect is that we don't get afflicted by their behavior, by the disagreement, by their being wrong, which we believe to be wrong. Okay? That's how you find peace of mind inside first. And when you have peace of mind inside, then it rubs off on the people next to you. That's all that matters. That's all we can do. That's our limitations. If you cannot have peace of mind, you're going to make woman unhappy, girlfriend unhappy, mother unhappy. Okay? And that will make your life worse. Life worse for everyone around you. We can talk big. We talk about, want to influence the world and influence people to change their ways, become good people and so forth. It takes one individual at a time. Okay? There's no other way. If you think that you can change the world overnight with money, with all the talks and so forth, it's salesmanship. There's no such a thing. Okay? If you're unhappy, you're unwholesome, you emit this unwholesome energy that is so destructive to the people around you. So in Buddhism, we go back to the fundamentals. But that's my job, to tell you about the fundamentals. That's all I can do. But practically speaking, you at your various levels need to, convince others to be more wholesome. Okay? You need to find a way to make it happen incrementally. It's not my job, by the way. My job is to speak what I believe to be the truth, the true Buddhist teachings. Okay? Now it's up to you to help convince more people. Start first with your family, with your friends, with your acquaintances, okay, and your students. If that's the case, they'll be better off. All right? Because people get distracted by externals. They get distracted by money. They get distracted by wine. By distracted by so many things, and they forget about the fundamentals. Fundamentals is that you want peace of mind, then you need to work on your afflictions. That's my job to tell you. But your job is to go out there and help people reduce affliction. That's all you can do. And more affliction, a little bit at a time. Okay? I'm a coward. I chose to live this kind of lifestyle where I'm insular. I'm insulated from a lot of things that go on around me. I don't need to vote. Okay? I don't need to worry about survival and money and so forth. Okay? Because in our lifestyle, I don't have money, I pack things up and go to the mountain, live off the land, live off the water, live off monkeys. Okay? We don't need a whole lot. That's our lifestyle. Okay? So yes, we are cowards in that sense. We withdraw from the world so that we can still our mind and see more clearly, so that we can communicate to you what we understand, what we know. Someone must do it for you. Okay? But from your positions, there's only so much you can do. You are limited. Okay? You are limited by the Democrats down south. Okay? And so forth. And so do the best you can to help people, and that's good enough in that sense. Back then, for example, back then in the Buddha's time, the kings, the officials would come and listen to the Dharma. Oh, by the way, Chan meditation. Now they tell you, Chan meditation is one part, has two parts. One is cross your legs and go through the stilling of your mind. Okay? And that's a skill you develop and make it better and make it more refined. Okay? And the other part of Chan training that we've been providing for the last 20 years or so is the proper knowledge, the proper wisdom. If you sit there and cross your legs only, okay, it serves one purpose, to steal your mind. But it does not necessarily help you get rid of your afflictions, your attachments. This is why we speak Dharma to you. We sit for an hour and we speak Dharma to you. I do it excessively for 1 hour. Typically, you're only supposed to listen to Dharma for 20 minutes, that's all. You don't have to cross your legs for 1 hour at all. 20 minutes. It used to be so much easier. Now it's 1 hour. Okay, in my master's temple, 20 minutes. That's it. Here, after 1 hour sit, we still have to sit and cross your legs and listen to Dharma for 1 more hour. That's torture, okay, for most of you. And so we do it on purpose because, for me personally, because I'm running out of time, I need to help you through the certain teaching, through my Dharma speaking, to help you reduce your afflictions quicker. You sit, the affliction reduces, you develop skills to do it yourself. Listening to Dharma, I'm helping you reduce your affliction. So it's both eternal and external. That's our Chan training. This is why it's very important for you. Okay? We've been very clear about this. You sit for an hour, we speak Dharma for you for some time to help you speed up the reduction of your afflictions. Help you see why you're afflicted. Okay? And trust me, in a typical Hinayana meditation training, okay, out there, okay, they stress more on the sitting. And this is why it takes them, for example, 10 years. A good one. If they have a great teacher in Hinayana, you probably need about 10 years to reach a level of wisdom that is acceptable to us, which is remarkable to us, meaning 4-stage aha. Okay? For us, the good ones would require less than 1 year. Some others, 2, 3, 4 years. Okay? And because of the Dharma speaking we do for you. This is very important, folks. For me personally. This is why I spend so much time talking to you. Okay? So many people, they don't have time to sit, okay? So they tune in and listen to the Dharma talk right there, like this kind of talk. Actually, they can improve too. Okay? But if you do them both, you'll be you improve a lot faster. Okay? Thank you. Let's stop here today and let's go to lunch.